Hey guys, doing? This is Martin. You know me for my series on how to pay off your car loan in 36 months without giving up Starbucks or being cheap. No Starbucks today, just some 7-Eleven hot water. Or you've been watching my little conspiracy theory things. I actually got banned from Facebook. They actually took down the post where I talked about kind of like most little bit of a Holocaust reminiscent. They don't want that, man. But when it comes to the truth, sometimes people get scared. Yes, there was a Holocaust. A lot of people died, and it was caused by, because I studied German for a while, and it was a German teacher, and I knew a lot of people who were German, so a lot of stuff went down. But Facebook right now, since they're trying to be politically correct, didn't get through it. But enough of my conspiracy theories. Demos may have caused it. Republicans may have caused it. It doesn't matter. 6.6 million people are unemployed. And by the way, I saw people driving today. They're going to have a lot of companies soon. And I may even be joining you. So basically, I'm going to talk to you, like start a series that I'm going to come to you 1 or 2 times a week, offer you some packages. And what I'm going to do within like 3 or 4 months, I'm going to package all of this together, put it back on the market, sell it for $1,000, $2,000. I'm going to call it an unemployment recovery course. So you guys are going to be like my, what they call it, the beta test. You get to take some of the material I give you, go out there and use it. My goal, I'm focused only on those first 6.6 million people who were unemployed, got their notices, and wouldn't file. Because those are the people who are like, they need the money. You know why I know they need the money? Because I was unemployed. I'll get to that in a few minutes, and I'll show you how I got through it, and what some things that you can expect. Give you some scenarios, give you some ways you can stretch your money, some ways you're going to have to improve your skills, and how you're going to have to look at the world totally different. So let me just let you know. The reason why you should listen to me is back in 1995. Okay, I graduated from UC Davis with an engineering degree, 1992. And then I worked as a master's assistant for a while, for like 6 months or so. And I decided, I really don't want to go to grad school for engineering. So I ended up working worked at student conference housing, like making beds and stuff. Worked as a janitor for a while, worked as a janitor at the gym. Then I got into sales. So I was working for trade shows, just working like setting up equipment, going to convention centers. I was at one of the first convention centers. I don't know if if any of you remember it, back in 2000, but just to go off subject. I remember I ran into Trump at one of those, who remembers the Learning Annex? The Learning Annex had this big event. It was a wealth event, and Donald Trump was there. That was the first time I ever heard about Donald Trump. Now look at it. 18, 19 years later, president. That shows you the power of it's just like longevity. And you don't even have to be good, and you don't have to be perfect. It's just, you just got to be consistently out there to the point people hate you. But let's get back. Back in 1995, I got my first job in 95. I worked 2 years. And I got laid off. People were saying, oh, Martin, people were never going to get laid off here. They haven't had layoffs in 20 years. I was there. Everyone under 2 years and under got laid off. And I remember, it sucked, man. So I know how it feels to get laid off. Because, people will not talk to you. Once you get laid off, you become almost a ghost. They don't want to talk to you. Like I was calling people up. Hey, could you give me a recommendation? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Oh, Martin, I don't know. We're kind of shorthanded, or that's something I really wouldn't have to do. Maybe it was my fault because I didn't press them. But I thought we were friends. Worked together 2 years. Helped these women with projects. Hey, they'd help me out. No. So basically, I got laid off in July, and basically about a month or two. The people you think you've worked with, maybe one I stay in contact with. One person I remember I stay in contact with. Everyone else, done. I haven't seen them again. Or if you try to talk to them, nothing helps out. And it's got I wrote some notes today too. So I'm going to try to stay on topic. No more conspiracy theory stuff like that. So this is going to be a 2-part introductory skills. Why you should listen to me. Once I got laid off in 95, that July, it took me 2 years Yeah, it took me about 2 years to actually get a job that was within 5 or 10% of the salary I was making. That means in between, I was working for temp companies. I was working at a UPS company. You know, there was a time that cash came in from the drivers from the UPS truck. We used to count all the cash, make sure it all balanced out, and then you would give it to someone, and they would have a truck come in and actually take it to the bank. This was back in 1996 or so. I worked there for about 3 years until something happened. You know what? I worked there for about 3 months. You know, I thought that's like $14, $15 an hour, even working for a temp company. So that was like a good $600 every couple of weeks. And then they decided to move their check cash, whatever the collection place, moved to another state. That was the beginning of companies moving away from California. So I lost that job. And then after that, I got a job working at the convention center where I worked just like I ushered people around, helped set up rooms, and did that for a while. Trying to think of what other jobs. I worked for FedEx. I worked at this giant FedEx facility. And my job was I used to do I had to go sort through all the packages that were going to go on the airplanes. And I had a scanner, scan them. Then after that, I had to upload them to a system. Trying to think what other jobs. Oh, back then, I don't know if you guys remember Craigslist, so I did any type of job. Janitor, cleaning up. I think I worked banquets for people. So basically what I'm going to tell you, you aren't going to get back. It's very rare. You're not instantly going to get back to where you're going to get to. So that's what I want to let you know. And also the reason why you should listen to me, because I went through the same thing back in 2001 when I got really sick. I had eye surgery. They did surgery all the way up through it's crazy. I was just wasted. I mean, that was so much pain. And then after that, it was a recession. And it took me another 3.5 years about to find a job equivalent to what I was doing. So now you guys are you're getting laid off. At least during my time, I had it seems like totally different. There was no social media. There was no internet. The internet was barely there. So the first thing I know you guys are doing, you said, hey, you're going to go get your unemployment check and you're going to feel good. It sucks, man. Wait till you get that unemployment check. We'll talk about that later. So basically what I want you to know is in part one, I've been there. 1995. 2 years to actually get a job. So that meant 2 years of struggling to get my bills paid, renegotiating with creditors, calling the car company when my loan was late. What else to do? I was living in an apartment, you had to go talk to the rental manager and tell him, hey, I don't have a job. The rent may be a little late. Can you please be lenient on the rent fees? You know, because that could kill you. So we'll talk about that too. So that's why you should listen to me. 2 years I was unemployed after being laid off, fired. Hey, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe. Have you been furloughed, laid off, fired, downsized? You know what that all means? Zero money coming through. So it doesn't matter how they phrase it. Furlough, layoff, downsize, reduction of force, reallocation of resources. When you're no longer getting a paycheck, it's a zero. And what's going to happen is you guys are going to be all pumped up oh, this is like a great change in life for me. I'm going to do whatever I ever thought I wanted to do and blah, blah, blah. No. As soon as you get that unemployment, as soon as you go 1 or 2 days without going out to work, you're going to be so miserable. So just get ready for it. It took me 6 months to just finally actually recover where I actually started looking for jobs. That's how bad it was. And we'll talk about that later too. So if you have a favorite drink, you have a favorite food, might as well eat it now. Because it took me 6 months before I even felt like looking for a job again. You're going to just feel humiliated. You're going to feel like you're guilty. You're going to be second guessing yourself. You're going to think, God, why me? Do you think, hey, just because you went to church, God was going to deliver? No, that's not how it works, man. Sounds good, though, doesn't it? Go to church, then God's going to always protect you. Nope. God says, boy or woman, you got to be challenged. So you got to have a man up or woman up. And So we'll talk about that. So basically today, I just want you guys to go to my YouTube channel. If you guys like what I'm saying and you say, hey, Martin, let us in on these programs now before you start charging $1,000. For $30, send that to P.O. Box. Make it out to Martin Morris, P.O. Box 540, San Bernardino, California, 92402. P.O. Box 540, San Bernardino, California, 92402. You're saying, Martin, this is the age of digital. No, once you're unemployed, you need to learn how to float a check. And you're going to practice that with me. So when that check comes to me, you're going to make sure you have $30. Because once you get the check, probably it's going to be maybe a day before I can put it in. And then when I put it in, it takes the bank about a day to process. So that gives you 2 days to find $30 to give to me. What are you going to get for that? I'm going to send you 3 of my best videos I think that will help you. Based on my experience being unemployed, that will help you. I'm going to send you 3 of my best books I've been reading as of 2019, 2020 to help you. And then you can just send me like emails, and we'll have one Zoom call for 10 minutes where you just let me know what kind of job field you're in. Let's talk about it. And let's just see, based on all the technology changes that's coming, just hit it off. I'll bounce it off for you. Then from me, you can go bounce it off that person you're getting your unemployment check from. So at least you'll get a second opinion. Bounce it off me. Then before you go take it to that person, like show them you've been thinking about what you're going to do, then go to them. So you're going to get twice the effort. And that's it. That's all you're going to get for $30 to start. So basically today it's just like we're going to have an unemployment recovery class. It's going to be painful. You're going to feel humiliated. You will get drunk. You will do crazy stuff. But just realize you'll get through it. But you're going to have to accept it. So today is the day of just accepting you ain't going back to work. It's over. If you've been furloughed, it's a high probability you are not going back. If you may not go back, it may be a long time. The reason I'm doing this with you is because I'm going to have to take a 15 to 20% pay cut in June or July. So your $30 is going to help me continue fund my program to get out the message out to you, because I'm going to be the same thing. 15 to 20% pay cut. That is not, man. I've done that did that once. And 2008, I had my salary cut for 3 years, like 15%, man. That is not a good thing. I lost 2 duplexes, almost lost my house, almost lost a rental because I had some relatives living in it that I thought were paying that weren't paying it. So subscribe, comment, like. Subscribe, comment, like. Let me know. Have you been laid off? Have you been furloughed? Have you been fired? Hey, did your company just close down altogether and say, hey, we're out of here? This is for you. Or maybe you're going to take a reduction in pay. We got to look at some ways to make up for that 15 to 20%. So remember, P.O. Box 540, San Bernardino, California, 92402. $30. You get 3 of my best videos on YouTube links. You're going to get 3 of the best book titles I've been reading. You're going to get 1 Zoom call for 10 to 15 minutes. And then you can send 1 email to me. It'll be in this video. And we'll bounce off some business ideas, ways to make money. Take that. You take that to unemployment. So right now, the theme of the day is recovering from unemployment. The only way up is to go down.